Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is How I See It Live. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter now called X at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Please remember that y'all can always walk through the gate and enter my yard. That's what I call my live chat. Or if you are a part of the replay gang, that's what I call my comment section. So y'all can walk through the gate, enter my yard, and let me know how you see things too. This is a safe space, y'all, where how you see it and how I see it never has to be the same, right? But we are going to have honest and respectful conversations over here. Okay, so I see Black women are in the building and she's driving. She says she's listening in the bushes. Thank you for joining me and safe driving, safe driving. Hi, McGee, she, and to everybody else who's listening in the background. All right, check, check, check. Ooh, child, I gotta. Okay, check, check, check. Hopefully, y'all are hearing me again. A call just came in. I knew I should have gone live on my other phone. I might, I might do that actually. All right, one second, y'all. I am going to go live on my other phone so that my husband needs to call me again. It will not impact. It will not impact the sound on this live. One second. Hi, Ines. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Y'all, so much is happening in these YouTube streets. It's not even the YouTube streets per se. In the Love of Marriage, Huntsville sector of the YouTube streets. And it's getting really, really weird. It's getting really embarrassing for some people. And all of last night, y'all, I've just been thinking like, this seems orchestrated. It seems very orchestrated. And let me tell y'all why. Because it's crazy to me that on Monday, Funky Dineva, he came out and he said a particular thing. His wording, his phrasing was very specific, right? It was very specific. And he said, you know, I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if I should say this, but Heavenly stopped doing Messy Mondays with Carlos because the melody fans was calling her office, right? So fast forward to last night when the Jasmine brand posted that interview of Heavenly, and she uses that same phrasing. Hi, Vivian Allen. Good morning. Oh my God, you're in Jamaica. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. And you know what, Miss Vivian? I got June plums. I got June plums the other day. Some were like partially ripe and some were green. I still have one left. And oh my God, let me tell you how that made my heart sore. It made my heart sore, I tell you. I ate it with some salt, and I still have one left that I'm about to eat today. But let me tell you, the June plums, they were amazing. I don't know where my mother-in-law got them from, but I need her to bring me some more. All right, y'all. I'm getting into StreamYard on my other phone. All right, I'm going to mute for a second so that I can switch over so that there's no echo. 1 second. All right, are we good? Yes, we are good. Good morning to. All right, so now my other phone is free, so anybody want to call me, they can do that. And I'm gonna go live from my backup phone. So as I was saying, y'all, good morning TNTG mom. Good morning, my name Unli. I just saw another CCD conversation got struck, and she said, "Oh my God, it's getting to be too much over here. It's getting to be too much." And what I understand is happening, in my opinion, y'all, with all these strikes. And let me tell you, God forbid one of them people strike me and my channel gets taken down. I'm going to appeal it. I am going to appeal it so I can see who did it. And when I see who did it, and I know what they want is to get people's information, because how YouTube work is, when you appeal your strike, the party who struck your channel or reported your channel, they, I don't know why that happens, and YouTube needs to fix that, where if I appeal someone reporting my channel, then they get my information. But I don't care about anybody having my information. I have nothing out there to hide. And anything that I've not shared on this platform is mainly because I don't feel like sharing it yet. But they get my information and they want to do the doxing and spreading, personal information, then guess what? It's going to be a strike for a strike. Cause it's gonna be everybody else's channel getting taken down too. I think for the most part, content creators on this side of the fence, the side of the fence that I'm on, we have allowed the people on the other side to do so much, and we don't retaliate because for the most part we don't care. It's like, say what you want to say on your channel. Who cares? We're not coming over there. I don't go to those other CC's channels. I don't. If I realize that your thought process is one-sided, you lack any form of reasoning ability, you are telling blatant lies, you're spreading misinformation, then I don't go to your channel. So it's crazy to me how they find themselves on this side of the tracks, the good side, in my opinion, of the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector tracks, and then they hate what is being said. And instead of going back to their channel and just doing their content, if you feel like, for example, if you feel like you listen to my videos and you feel like I told a lie or something, whether I'm providing commentary on Letitia, or I'm providing commentary on Destiny, or I'm providing commentary on Stormy or any of the Scots or Wanda or anybody, and you feel like I said something that was untruthful, how about you go and you do research to debunk my information? But the fact is, y'all, they can't debunk anything millimeter, and I'm going to use the word millimeter, content creators have said on their channels. They can't debunk anything millimeter content creators have said on our channels, because everything we say is backed up with actual receipts, black and white, court documents. We can pull clips from the show. We can pull clips from Instagram lives that they've done. We can pull receipts from Facebook groups where they're in there talking mess. We can pull receipts on shady posts that they've liked. We can pull receipts on shady posts that they've made online. And then when we provide commentary on the things that they are actually out here doing and saying, the people who are their fans and who are content creators, they get mad at us for telling the truth. And because they can't debunk anything that we're saying, now they're out here striking people and getting people's channels taken down. It's now becoming a YouTube war. And it is crazy to me because of what? Because of commentary? Because these people can't take an L? They want to prove so bad that Martell is not the problem, but every single time we can pull receipts that he's the one bothering Melody. Melody's gone about her business. They want to feel like Melody can't keep friends, and Melody is the reason why all these friendships within the cast, why she's not friends with the people on the cast. And then we can pull receipts that shows, well, wait a minute. This is actually what this person did to her. This is actually what that person did to her. This is what this person actually did to her. And while they're on their social media talking mad ish about her, she hasn't said a word until it becomes too much. And then finally, she takes her red phone out and she blasts them with receipts. And every time they take an L, they come back with more lies. So if the truth is on your side, then show us the truth. Show us the evidence that's going to make us say, well, okay, y'all can have it. You did your big one with that. Hi, Courtney. Kicking it with Courtney. Good morning. Who else did I see? Lady Pooh, Anitra J. Good morning, y'all. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. When I heard yesterday that they struck Sean's channel, I'm like, what? She's not even like me in terms of a content creator where I don't just talk about the show. You know what I mean? I talk about everything that's happening in social media when it comes to the cast members. Shari's one of those people. She talks about the show, she reviews it, and she goes about her business. Braylon literally, he talks about politics, music, anything. I even said on my channel the other day, y'all, if you want a break from Love and Marriage Huntsville, from the topic Love and Marriage Huntsville, but you want to listen to YouTube content, then one of the channels that you should absolutely go to is Braylon's. I said when the hurricane was about to hit Florida last week or a few weeks ago, I was tuned into Braylon's channel because he had the updates. So what are they striking Braylon's channel for? Because he's one of the only men on social media or on YouTube that actively defends Melody. Chef, I just saw his main channel got demonetized again because he's another male content creator who actively supports Mel and speaks the truth. And Chef is not unbiased in his stance, but he calls it like he sees it. And lo and behold, the way Chef sees things a lot of the times aligns with Melody's perspective. And that's what it is for most of us on YouTube. The reason I like Melody is because I agree with Melody's stance more than I agree with anybody else's stance on that cast. I've been watching the show since season 1. I've seen how Tisha operates. I've seen how Kimmy operates since season one. I even played the clips the other night. When people are out here on these channels, even coming into, Queen Sheba's channel, talking about, well, Melody's a dark soul, and if it wasn't for if Melody didn't bring up the cheating, then it wouldn't have been on the show. And I'm like, hold up, hold up. Let's go back to season one, episode one. Welcome to Rocket City. Tisha was the one fishing around to bring up the cheating. Tisha was actually the one that said it at the dinner table. It wasn't Melody. Obviously, Melody and Martell, they were going through something that was clear, but at that point in time, we did not know until Tisha started mentioning cheating, 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 cheating at the dinner table. And then you got these people who will literally come on Melody. Sometimes I don't even want to call people millimeter content creators, but for want of a better title, we'll just use that. They come on millimeter content creators channels to say stuff that don't even make sense, to say things that can easily be debunked. People have come on my channel to say, oh, Melody is following Stormy. And I have had to check that. Like, let's be clear. Nobody is trying to put Melody and Stormy in competition. But every time y'all come on people's channels and say some dumb ish like that, you make it so that people want to correct it because that is not the truth. We met Stormy as a entrepreneur who was focused on hair care. That's who we met her as. When we met Melody, Melody was talking about Embrace. She was talking about her face wash. She was talking about her grandmama's concussion that helped with what was it, rosacea or something like that she had. She was talking about Embrace. Season 2, she launched Embrace. Then she had to dissolve it because of Dom Martell. And 2022, she came back and she had a whole line of OG products. And her OG products included the face wash, the body wash, the body scrub, and a body butter, and her body oil. And so to feel like Melody was never going to diversify her product offerings is so silly to me. Stormy came out with body butters or whatever they're called, body glaze, at the end of last year. And so when we corrected, now it's, oh, y'all are hating on Stormy. No, we are correcting the misinformation that y'all are putting out there. Like, child, this was not even what my video was supposed to be about. But since we're here, we're gonna talk about it. They come and they say that, and they sit on platforms and they say these things when it can easily be debunked. Easily be debunked. Because if a Melody is following Stormy, show me Stormy doing a skincare line of anything before she got on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Show me her doing body glaze before Melody dropped her skincare line. Show me. If that is what y'all are gonna sit on your platforms and say, then show me. Because I guarantee you the truth is on my side. Nobody wants to pin these women against each other, but when the other side comes with lies, it's like, honestly, as a fan of Melody, you're going to honestly feel led to say that's actually not the truth. And a lot of the times, I'm not even being combative. I'm just honestly just correcting misinformation. And then here comes the gaslighting. Oh, y'all are just hating on Stormy. Wait, me correcting you is hating on somebody? How is that hating on somebody? Oh, Melody's following Stormy on TikTok. You know how many people were selling on TikTok before Stormy? Why do you think a woman with an entire business team, a branding manager, a product branding manager, why do you think that that would not have been the move when she was already doing Instagram lives, packing orders and selling products and dropping discount codes? How many times has Melody dropped discount codes before we even saw any, before this TikTok shop thing became such a big deal? Melody was literally doing on Instagram lives what she is now doing on TikTok. Both these women are in their own lanes, doing their own thing. And then they say, well, the millimeters keep coming for Stormy's business and throwing shade at Stormy's business. And then when you correct it and you say, well, actually, that is not the truth. Millimeters were never ever would never said a word about Stormy's business until Melody dropped Sugar Mama's line. And then all of a sudden, this paragraph was posted by Stormy saying how she's about to drop a baby's product line, and how real chemists know that it takes months, even years to formulate a product unless you're white labeling or private labeling. And honestly, that was shade. It was indeed shade because, one, in Melody's post for Sugar Mama's line, she talked about her chemist. She shouted out her chemist. She talked about how long she'd been working on Sugar Mama's line. And what makes us know that it was shade is because since Stormy made that post, since Stormy made that post about coming out with some baby products, we haven't seen or heard about this baby product line again. But y'all want to make us, the mellometers, seem like we are crazy, like we're not seeing the BS for what it is. Mel dropped Sugar Mama's line at 12 o'clock. And I'm just, using the times as examples. Mel dropped Sugar Mama's line at 12 o'clock. And at 1:30, Stormy's putting up that messy post. And then when people start to call it out, like, wait a minute, this seems weird. We haven't heard anything about a baby line. And now that Melody's dropping Sugar Mama's line, all of a sudden, a few hours later, you're dropping a baby line too. Like, what's going on? And your post is so shady, talking about real chemists and whatnot. People clocked it immediately because we're not slow. And then she's like, well, if y'all looked at if y'all go down my page, um, my Canvas beauty page, you'd have seen that I posted about a product for Chess several months ago or before he was even born or whatever. But the fact is, you haven't been talking about that product. So it's weird that somebody who you claim that you're building a friendship with is dropping their baby line, and here you come competing, because that's what it looked like. And it would have been fine to talk about your baby line or whatever, but it was the shade of it all talking about a chemist, and the shade of it all talking about white labeling or private labeling. People, we're not slow. We're not slow. And then your mama throwing shade about Melody packing orders
from her home because everybody needs to have a warehouse. What she need a warehouse for when she has the space to have a whole product room in the basement of her house? Her basement could be an entire bedroom because the ceilings are so high. Now she's expanded it to 2 rooms downstairs. Melody is handling her operation the way she feel. Y'all really feel like Melody isn't wealthy enough to go rent a warehouse space if she wants? Warehouse spaces come in all sizes. They come in all sizes. But she doesn't have to if she doesn't want to, and she doesn't have to go get a warehouse just to prove a point. And that's the problem with us as black people. Sometimes we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Well, if this person has a G Wagon, then I gotta have a G Wagon too. If this person is wearing Gucci, I gotta wear Gucci too. If this person has a skincare line, then I gotta have a skincare line too. If this person is talking about launching their baby line, then I gotta launch a baby line too. We haven't heard not one word about that baby line from Stormy ever since she made that shady post. And nobody's gonna tell me that it wasn't a shady post. So people have been clocking the foolishness. And then when we say something, it's y'all are hating, y'all are hating. What do we need to hate on? Like really, what is there to hate on? And I'm not even gonna go into how petty I could be with what I was about to say, but let me bite my tongue on that one, because mm, let me bite my tongue on that one. Let me read y'all comment so that I can pause for a second, because child, what I was about to say a while ago, mm-mm. Oh my god. Good morning, April, October. Hi, Tawana. She said, please get out and vote, y'all. Get out and vote. I hope Mel is paying attention. She is, I'm sure. Stormy and her husband, Destiny and Martell, will vote yes for ACB on the show. Martell is being sneaky, trying to make Mel and Miss Nell fall out. Exactly. You don't have to listen for long to realize they're grossly incorrect. But child, some of the people, they are feeding into it. They're feeding into it. Hi, Miss Blade. I definitely prefer working from the comfort of my home, and it's a tax benefit. Why add more debt when you don't have to? And she doesn't have to. Melody is looking at her sales, and she understands when she will need to move out of her basement operation. Right now she doesn't. It's not like, she's opening a lab in Huntsville or anything. Abia is formulating and packaging the products in Texas, shipping it to Mel as needed. And Melody herself said when she outgrows the space that she is in, then and only then will she get another space. She started in one room, and now she has opened up another room in her home. That's how big her house is. She got a whole warehouse in her house. And truth be told, Stormy's property is big enough where if she wanted to, she could have built herself her own warehouse in her backyard. She could have literally built her own warehouse in her backyard, because that's how big her property is. And that would have taken down a lot of overhead costs. Now maybe it would have been harder for maybe like, for deliveries and stuff, but nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it would be hard, because once you have like a truck or something, you can throw, all the all the pallets on the trucks and bring them to the post office. So I don't know, but her property is big enough for to have built a warehouse, in my opinion. I think at this point in time, Stormy's operation has gotten to the point where, yeah, now she needs a warehouse. Okay, cool. But Melody don't have to keep up with Stormy for what? Cause y'all are clowning. Well, not y'all, but you know what I mean. Because the people over there feels like, oh, well, y'all think Melody's making all this money, but she don't got a warehouse. Yeah, she's making all this money because she's not trying to pay for a warehouse space, saving thousands and thousands of dollars a month. How about that? So the 5,000, $10,000 that she might have been spending every month on a warehouse space, she can pocket that. She can put that into product development. She can put that into marketing. She can put that into giving back to her fans on Money Making Mondays. She can invest it in other things. Because all she got to think about is paying her mortgage, paying her light bill, and paying her staff that's going to come and help to do the packaging. The biggest flex is Stormy has a husband and Mel is solo. And that's good. And that's good for Stormy. That's good for her that she has, you know, I guess maybe an honorable man. I don't know, because, we don't know much about them. That is helping her to grow her business. I hope their marriage, honestly, I hope their marriage lasts for a very, 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 very long time. But Melody has her village. She has her village. And that's why I also say, Helen, that Stormy and Mel are literally in two separate lanes. They're not even running the same race. And it's not the millimeters who are pitting them against each other, truth be told. But if you let the other side tell it, it's the millimeters who are doing it. Millimeters are correcting the lies. We would honestly not care at all to mention anything about Stormy's business had the people over on that side not been picking at Melody and Seventh Avenue Beauty with lies. And that's the truth. And that's the truth that they don't want to tell. Hi, Miami Gardens now. Right, when has a warehouse been a flex? And child, lately, it seems you got people on Melody's live talking about a warehouse and stuff. It's like, y'all need to get away from that lady with that mess. It's silly. And then let's talk about this plot, because I started, y'all, and then I went off track. Let's talk about what I feel like is a plot to get Melody off the show. And let me follow me as I describe, in my opinion, how I feel like they're trying to do it. So, step one was to isolate Melody, meaning that for a few seasons it felt like Melody didn't have allies on the show. She wasn't really filming with any of the people on the show. And it almost felt like they had to always bring in somebody new for Melody to film with, because there was tension between her and Tisha, and then Kimmy followed suit. So first came in Destiny, and then came in Tiffany, and then came in Stormy. But the truth is, Melody was introducing these people to the show because these people were saying, I want to be on the show. And it made sense because at the end of the day, if Melody isn't filming with the cast as a whole, then the show is going to be disjointed, right? So I feel like the first step was to isolate Melody. Tiffany left, her and Destiny weren't cool anymore, and her and Stormy weren't cool anymore. She's not married to Martell, so there's that. So she's basically alone on this show. So she felt so uncomfortable, or if they could make it so that nobody else on the cast wanted to film with Melody, then they could say, well, you are the problem because nobody wants to film with you. And if nobody wants to film with you, then it doesn't make sense for you to be on the show. So that was the first step, right? But it didn't work because at the end of the day, Melody is the star of the show. And even if Kingdom Reign Entertainment does not want to acknowledge that, the powers at be at own, they acknowledge that. So I feel like they forced Carlos to jump on a plane and go to Huntsville and tell the cast that y'all need to get it together if y'all still want this show to be on air. So we came back that, what was it, season 7? Came back season 7, and all of a sudden everybody seems cool. They're having business meetings together. They're talking about the Black Expo. Melody and Tisha, they're sitting down together one on one, and they're having conversations, and everything seems cool. We go to the reunion, and the reunion is a little bit lighter outside of a couple moments, right? And especially with Martell doing his best to come at Melody and to get people on his side. But somehow we come back and we're in season 8, and it feels as if the plot is, let us make Melody's fans the problem so that we can force her into a corner where she's either publicly chastising her fans, or she has to get off the show because she refuses to chastise her fan base. That's what it's starting to feel like. So they tried it. They tried to make the millimeters the problem on the show during the season so far. And the only thing that has happened is, one, their ratings have gone down. And two, a lot of the things that they've been saying has been proven to be lies. So now the cast is kind of falling back. Nobody is really trying anymore to come at the millimeters because they see that the ratings are down. They went to mimosas with Melody. A lot of the cast members were flicking it up with millimeters. They realized that the millimeters are actually very chill, educated people, and they are just feeding too much into things that are being said about them on social media. Like, come on, y'all are public figures. You're on a reality TV show. People are going to talk about y'all. So the cast have been really, outside of maybe Destiny, the cast has been really quiet when it comes to talking about the millimeters. So, what could they do next? What could they do next? The only thing they could now do is to try and get outsiders, people who are not really affiliated with the show, to now say, we're having an issue with the millimeters. Melody's fan base is the problem, and she's not doing anything about it. So perhaps Carlos can now go to OWN and say, listen, I understand that y'all believe that Melody is the star of the show. But as you can see, Destiny came back and her storyline was a big deal. We had the Sunny and the and Moses situation, and then we had Ken and Marquez and Trish and their storyline, and people seem to be eating that up. So maybe if y'all bench Melody for a season or two, I can prove to you that the other cast members can carry the show, and then y'all can see that, quote unquote, the conversation online won't be so heated when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's what it's starting to look like. So here comes Funky Daniva, and he says, well, I don't know if I should say it. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but the millimeters were calling Dr. Heavenly's office. That's not okay, right? We all know that's not okay. If that was indeed happening, it wasn't, but for the conversation, that's not okay. Now, own executives, they're hearing this. Now, here comes a Bravo celebrity, Dr. Heavenly, who is now using her large platform to say that the Love and Marriage Huntsville fan base are crazy. And then specifically goes and points out the millimeters. So now here are two people who have a huge platform now putting eyes on Love and Marriage Huntsville, eyes that were not on Love and Marriage Huntsville before, putting eyes on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and putting a target on the back of not just the millimeters, but on Melody. Because now the question is, well, if her fans are doing these crazy things, why is she not saying anything? And now perhaps the own executives are probably going to be on the phone, Melody, like, we need you to come out and make a statement about your fans and the allegations in terms of their behavior. You need to disavow, and maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's what they want. But is it going to work, y'all? I don't think it's going to work. Because it's not a coincidence that Monday Funky Dineva said what he said. And then on Wednesday, we had Ken, who don't know ish about no millimeters. He sits on his Instagram, and for almost an hour, he is cursing out women. And then for some crazy reason, it was convenient to point out that anybody on his IG live or wherever he was doing his live, anybody who was on his live not agreeing with him just had to be millimeters. God forbid Marquez has people who believes his version of the story. God forbid that Heavenly, like in Marquez, didn't sway some of her fans to go and follow him and like him too. So now they're on Ken's page. Because remember, it's not just Love and Marriage Huntsville fans who watch Messy Mondays, right? You got the Raindrops who are over there watching Messy Mondays. You got hellishly demons who are over there watching. And Heavenly seemed to have liked Ken at first. Ken gave out his social media information during his interview. So now you got the people who are raindrops and hellishly demons following him. So they know when he's going live. They see his posts, they're leaving comments. And then Marquez did an interview and they like Marquez too because Heavenly likes Marquez. She's like, oh my God, I want to talk to your grandma. She liked Marquez in that interview to the point where Carlos was pissed off. So now you got Heavenly's fans and Carlos's fans, and they're following these two men and they're keeping up with the story. And so the people who like Marquez, who got nothing at all to do with Love and Marriage Huntsville or even Melody, are on Ken's Instagram telling him you're not right because essentially they believe Marquez's version of the story. How about that? Why does it have to be millimeters? Y'all don't have fans? Like, I'm trying to understand. Does anybody, nobody else on this cast has fans? The entire Love and Marriage Huntsville sector is only filled with millimeters? Wha- Can't Marquez and Ken's situation, Marquez, Trish, and Ken's situation honestly has nothing to do with Melody. So why would millimeters care? Let me say that again. The Marquez, Ken, and Trish storyline has nothing to do with Melody. Their co parenting situation has nothing to do with Melody. Their divorce or separation has nothing to do with Melody. Melody is not involved in any way, shape, or form in their storyline. So why would millimeters care again? Huh, Ken? Trish? And Trish, the only reason why people talked about you for that little bit of time is because you revealed the timeline of when you went to Martel's house, supposedly about to train him, but no training happened. And the timeline that you gave essentially was around the same time that Mel and Martel were very much still married. It was around the time when everybody in Huntsville knew that there was a scandal surrounding Martel. But here you go, wanting to be up in his house on Melody's furniture, sitting down. But Melody got no issues with you, Trish. We haven't heard Melody say now one bad thing about you. Cause she don't know you. You're around, but she doesn't know you. And I think at this juncture, she don't care if whatever went down between you and Martel or didn't go down between you and Martel. Melody doesn't care. So again, why would the millimeters care? Content creators are going to do what content creators do, and that is utilize whatever y'all are putting out here to make content. So, Ken, if you did not post a deadbeat baby daddy's worst nightmare, then Marquez wouldn't have clapped back. And then content creators wouldn't have been using y'all for content. And people's opinions of y'all has nothing to do with Melody or millimeters. I think that's the problem that a lot of the people on Love and Marriage Huntsville have. They fail to remember that they are public figures on TV. And that if you are a YouTuber covering a certain space, then if anything that these public figures are doing becomes newsworthy, then we're going to talk about it. And that has nothing to do with Melody and everything to do with we are trying to make money for the day. So if somebody doesn't agree with you, it's because they're millimeters. Y'all, that's some crazy stuff. Miami Gardens said, I'm not a millimeter, just a supporter of black women in business. And it's so disappointing to see the direction of this show. Very disappointed. Yeah, and it's going to be hard for them to bring it back. It's weird how they really think that they can blame Melody for what fans say. They want to hold Mel to a standard that they are not willing to have. I give zero F's about Marquez, Trisha, Ken storyline. They all can get on a spaceship in Huntsville and did not get on a spaceship. If they keep their business on social media, then nobody can talk about them. Exactly. Exactly. Should a celebrity be held accountable for the thoughts and opinions of their fan base? No, they cannot. And they should not be held accountable. Celebrities cannot control what their fans think or do. They might have a little bit of influence, but essentially they cannot dictate people's individual beliefs and actions. How many times has Melody said her and Nell Fletcher are cool? She said it. Melody has literally said it several times. I remember one TikTok live Melody did on one Sunday morning. Melody was even defending Nell Fletcher, saying that if y'all watch the green screen, Nell Fletcher didn't even, look like she was comfortable saying some of the things. And I know how reality TV works, where a producer will have you in a green screen room asking you the same questions over and over and over and over and over and over again, trying to get a certain reaction out of you. And yes, you're an adult, so you should essentially be able to say F out of here. I'm not about to say that. But some people, they don't have it in them to do that. So as I was saying, Melody was even defending Nell Fletcher in that sense. But Melody has said her and Nell Fletcher are cool. They don't always agree, but they're in a good space. And that's still not stopping content creators from saying they feel like Nell Fletcher is an op. That is not Melody's opinion. Those are content creators' opinions. What does Melody look like going on over 100 content creators' channels to say, please stop saying that about Nell Fletcher. Please stop saying that about Nell Fletcher. Please stop. Melody isn't consuming YouTube content like that. Melody's fan base is diverse. People have varying opinions and perspectives. I was one of those people who on one of my lives after that picture came out with Ariane and Nell, I said, a picture doesn't tell everything. I said they literally could have taken a picture of Nell Fletcher in the middle of a smile that lasted for a split second. That smile could have lasted for literally a second. But the picture is going to tell the story that she was laughing for like 5 minutes. I said this on my. And guess what? I'm a Melody fan. And I am a fan of several other content creators who don't agree with me. And guess what? We're still good. We're still good. But I say that to say Melody's fan base is diverse. You got a couple of Melody's fans who still like Trish. You have people who are fans of Melody who still buy body glaze products. You have several content creators who've never said a bad thing about Destiny's business or Stormy's business. Not one negative thing. And they are Melody fans. So they listen to one or two channels or three or four channels who say certain things here and there, and then they run with that, and then it becomes it's the entire group as a millimeter who has that perspective, when that's not the truth. And there's something called I think it's called, the term is homogeneous, I think is, my accent is not gonna have me pronouncing it right, y'all. I think it's either homogeneous or homogeneous, right? And what that word means, especially in terms of social media, right? When you're talking about a fan base, it would mean that all of Melody's fans have a one track mind, that everybody thinks and feels the same way about every single topic, which means that if one person who's a fan of Melody says we don't support Canvas Beauty, then every single person in Melody's fan base would say the same thing. And that's not happening. It would also mean that if for whatever reason one person who is a fan of Melody decided that they're going to post something nasty on social media about one of her castmates, then every other Melody fan or every other Melometer would do the same thing and probably would repost that same post. But that's not happening because, as I said, it's a diverse group. And because it's a diverse group, Melody can't be held accountable. As content creators, as adults, we have our own personal responsibility for our own thoughts and our own actions. That's not Melody's job. That's not Melody's job. Melody has said her and Tisha are in a good space right now. But we have content creators who are still saying, "Oh, I don't trust Tisha. Melody shouldn't trust Tisha." Melody didn't say she trusts Tisha. She says at this point they are in a good space. What do they want Melody to do? Come on YouTube and say, "Please stop telling me that I shouldn't trust Tisha and that I should stay away from Tisha and that I shouldn't be friends with Tisha," because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just like, is that what they want Melody to do? Because that's what it's starting to sound like. Or because Melody is saying that she is in a good space with Tisha, every time a content creator does content, every time a content creator does content criticizing something that Tisha or Marsaw does, Melody needs to enter into the chats and say, y'all, me and Tisha are good. Don't do content criticizing her anymore. Does that not sound stupid, y'all? Does that not sound stupid? Because that sounds stupid to me. I mean, is Tisha supposed to do the same thing too? Like every time one of the content creators who like her criticizes Melody on her behalf, Tisha should be in chat saying, "Y'all, Melody and I are good. I even texted her on Mother's Day. Please, y'all, don't say anything bad about Melody. Don't have your own thoughts and opinions." That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. And there's also something called freedom of expression, y'all. There's something called freedom of expression. As a fan of Melody, I have the right to express my opinions, even if they differ from Melody's. As content creators, we have the freedom to express our thoughts and our opinions, even if they differ from Melody. Melody does not know me. The two times I've gone to an event and have said, I've had the opportunity to speak to Melody. Let me tell you, I didn't say, and I didn't bring up anything about the show. I didn't bring up anything about the cast, her cast members. I didn't bring up anything about Carlos. I didn't talk about Martel. And I think that's what they feel. They feel like maybe the people who have gone to mimosas with Melody and has had an opportunity to speak to Melody, that when we're in the room with her, all we're doing is bashing her castmates. Child, I don't think not one person at any of those events went up to Melody to ask her anything about Love and Marriage Huntsville or Martel or Wanda or Betty or any of that. When I went to her event, in her speaking engagement in Florida, and I got to go backstage for the meet and greet, all I said to Melody was, "Oh my God, I'm really such a big fan. I admire your business acumen, and I'm about to take your property preservation class." That's all I said. And she was like, "Thank you so much for the support." And she's like, "Oh, I know you," because she knows my Instagram. Because once you're posting, when you post or repost something from her story and she might repost it, she's getting to know, like, the different names on Instagram and whatnot. And that was it. That was it. Literally. Then when I went to Huntsville, all I did was say, Mel, may I have one of the pillows? I said, "Hi Mel, great event." And I told her that the girl that did my makeup, she was like asking me what my skincare routine was, and I was just raving about Seventh Avenue. And then I was like, can I get one of the pillows? I want to gift them to my subscribers. And she's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then it was myself and Here for Hot Tea in the hallway, and she was basically asking us what we were about to do next. And it was about to be Here for Hot Tea's birthday, and she was like, wanting to go out or whatever, and she was telling us like the places that are probably open that we could go and party or whatever. Literally no conversation at all about Love and Marriage Huntsville, nothing messy at all. That lady isn't spending her days thinking about this show like that. And I'm sure other people who have been in Melody's presence at her event could say the same thing, that in talking to Melody, they are not talking about the show. So what does what does Melody need to control in terms of her fan base? Like, I don't. I'm trying to understand it, y'all, and it's not connecting for me. It's not connecting for me. Hi, Tasha Bay. You said Destiny can go. I mean, she can. The other cast members need to start getting called out to say something to their supporters every time they drag Mel, and that's every day. Every day. It's every day. At this point, it's a tit for tat on both sides. So why is Melody isn't out here complaining? So why is everybody else complaining? Chop, they want to talk about people talking about their looks. When the Real Housewives of Potomac cast photos came out, when the Real Housewives of Potomac cast photos came out, do you know how many people were sitting on their YouTubes criticizing the looks? You know how many people sit and talked about Portia and her divorce? I didn't see Portia coming out here complaining. You know how many people are dragging Karen for is dragging Karen Huger for filth for drinking and driving? I don't see Karen going on IG lives cursing people out, saying the fans are doing too much because they're telling her that she was wrong for drinking and driving. It's like these Love and Marriage Huntsville cast members, some of them they weren't ready for celebrity status. You know how many people drag Beyonce online? You don't see Beyonce coming out here cursing people out because they don't like her. You know how many people are out here dragging Taylor Swift for filth in support of Hailey Bieber? Well, no, not Selena Gomez. I mean, you know how many people are out here dragging Selena Gomez for filth in support of Hailey Bieber? Mm, I've only seen Selena Gomez come out one time to say, the bullying is getting to be too much. But the people are still dragging her. She hasn't come back out to say nothing. I'm just saying. Fans are going to do and say what fans want to do. Nicki Minaj fan base, they get up to a whole lot. So does Cardi B's fan base. We have never seen Cardi B nor Nicki Minaj come out and say, I don't agree with the things that my fans are doing. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to feel like they should have that much control over people that they don't know. Hi, Miss Price. How are you? Listen, them Hailey Bieber, them Hailey Bieber fans, y'all. If you go into that sector of TikTok or Twitter, they drag Selena Gomez all day long, every day. It would be unfair to believe that it's Hailey Bieber's fault that people keep clowning Selena. And you know why it would also be unfair for Selena to feel like all the hate that she gets is because of Hailey when what's that girl's name that gave Selena Gomez her kidney? Oh, what's her name? Jesus, I can't remember her name. Ooh, I can't remember her name. But she was on Grownish, if y'all watch that show. Her and Selena Gomez were friends. And in my opinion, Selena did some fugazi thing to find out that that girl was a match. But anyways, the girl did give up a piece of her kidney to or liver, I think it was, to Selena. only for them to not be friends now. And people be dragging Selena for that too. So to feel like all the hate that she gets is simply because of Haley, it would be ridiculous. Which is why Selena has stopped addressing stuff, because she's understanding that the hate she's getting is not just because of Haley. It's thank you to friend, is it Francia, that girl from Grownish, and she was on Secret Lives of American Teenagers or something like that. That used to be on ABC Family. But yeah, that girl gave her a kidney, and Selena dropped her as a friend. So a lot of people hate Selena for that. um, what else I want to talk about? Ooh, this. Now, I need for people like Ken. Let me read Miami Gardens now. Comment. Ken wasted time talking about deadbeat dads and how he's better than, instead of talking about his business. I don't even know what he does, but whatever it is, he should be talking about that. But here's the thing. I had no issue with him talking about somebody being a deadbeat dad, but the truth is that was not his focus. It seemed like there was an agenda in place. It was almost like Funky Dineva gave the bat signal, and then everybody was supposed to fall into place. So it's like the second you hear Funky Dineva say Melody's fans did something, and this is why I say it's a plot. This is why I say it's a plot. Because the second Funky Dineva said something, now here comes everybody else. How convenient is it that Heavenly's interview dropped right after Funky Dineva said what he said? It don't look like that interview was done yesterday to me based on Heavenly's hair. It seems like a recent interview, but definitely not yesterday. But it's convenient. How Funky said what he said Monday, and now here comes Heavenly confirming it. And the fact that they said the same thing. I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. They use the same wording. That's why it's given an agenda. That is why it's given a plot. Because why are y'all using the same talking points? Then here goes Heavenly. They are crazy. Here goes Ken saying basically the same thing. Now, Nell Fletcher, she cleared up a lot of things in her live last night, but yet still, wanting to paint the millimeters as just unhinged was also a part of her live. Like, we can't even erase that. Okay, fine. They caught you off guard. You were trying to be cordial. You were already smiling with some people. You turned around mid smile, was shaking that girl's hand, and in that split second they took a picture of you. They wanted you to take another picture, and you were like, F out of here. I would never. Okay, cool. But you could have came on your platform and just said that. Instead, you're like, these millimeters and the millimeters this. And I don't know if they're all millimeters, but millimeters. Who's going to be next? Are we going to find Destiny piggybacking off of everything that's been happening? And now saying, now Heavenly and Funky Dineva are calling out the millimeters, saying the same thing about them that I've been saying. Like, I feel like that it's going to become a domino effect of all these cast members now coming out saying something about the millimeters. It's given plot. It's given, this is the agenda. Maybe if we can force the network to see that Melody's fan base is a problem, they will be willing to allow Kingdom Reign to bench Melody for a season or two. And if they can prove within those couple seasons that the show doesn't need Melody, then just like Mariah, Melody won't be on her show anymore. That is the plot, in my opinion. In my opinion. Um, I wish I had this large platform, such as a network TV, and waste my time talking about other folks. Listen. Oh my God, CC's need to run it back on Messy Mondays when Hellish said calls were made prior to the Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews. I'm gonna go back, but they be editing stuff out of Messy Mondays. Um, I need to know, how do they know the folks calling around and everything else are millimeters? Are they asking them if they're a distinguished look or a sound, child, a distinguished look, and let me add sound to being a millimeter. To Nanny of the Maroons says to Two Latrice, hi Nanny of the Maroons. Will you mean that Melody's haters because we know they don't have any fans? They don't have fans. And you know what? There is something called a critical fan, y'all. But operative word is still fan. But there is something called a critical, what's it called? A critical fan. No, these people are actually haters, because a critical fan is still kind of different from what they're doing. A critical fan is somebody who is analytical and objective, potentially criticizing aspect of a celebrity's work. So essentially they're not critical. They're just hating. So I take it back. I take it back. Um Heavenly is the one that's crazy. It's given she's mad because Mel won't give her the time of day anymore. So that's her way of coming for Mel. Once again, somebody who feels dismissed by Melody, trying trying to drag her through the mud, or trying to put a target on her back, because you realize they're not directly putting the target on her back, but when they continue to say Melody's fan base, the millimeters, it puts a target on Mel's back, because it becomes Melody needs to control people. And I'm trying to figure out, if they bench Melody over fans, then they darn well better bench Martell. Listen, that's a whole other story in and of itself. But I'm trying to find out if, when those people called, what were they saying? Allegedly, when the people allegedly called, because I don't believe that mess. But when the people called, did they say, Heavenly, don't talk about Melody? Like, is that what makes them know that it was Melody fans? Heavenly, I'm a millimeter and I don't like what you said on Messy Mondays. Like, really? I don't know. I don't see anybody in the Love of Marriage Huntsville sector, especially people who are fans of Melody. I don't see them doing that. Hello? Is this Dr. Heavenly's office? I think that you were so disrespectful towards Melody Shari on Messy Mondays. Like, really? That does not make any sense to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're gonna have to play me the recordings, put the numbers or like something. Y'all, they got caller ID. Show me the proof, because for right now, I'm not believing that mess. They tried it. And then what's crazy too, guys, is Heavenly herself said, she said a few months ago, and let me see if I can find the timestamp. I might have to play it from somebody else's channel. But let me see if I can find it. Heavenly says, Heavenly says, Damon wants her off YouTube, because I remember, I just want to find the timestamp for that. Oh, child, it's gonna be so hard to find this. I might have to Google. Mm. Dr. Heavenly says Damon wants her off YouTube. Just to prove how much of a liar this lady is. No. Oh my god, where is it? Um okay, here it is. Ooh, 7 months ago, y'all. 7 months ago. Ooh, I am going to post this. These people want to lie. 7 months ago, Dr. Heavenly posted to her Twitter, and she says, I hate to announce I will no longer review Married to Medicine on YouTube. They told me, and my man, they told on me, and my man said I had to get off. However, boopies, catch Dr. Heavenly on Patreon. Hashtag they told on me. Hashtag well trained. Hashtag if there's a will, there's a way. That's what she said 7 months ago. So 7 months ago, she was saying that she wasn't gonna be on YouTube doing Messy Mondays anymore because their reviews of Married to Medicine was on Messy Mondays. And she said Damon told her to get up off of YouTube. She said my man said I had to get off and she was gonna take it to Patreon. And she wasn't doing Messy Mondays on Patreon. She was doing her own thing on Patreon with she had what's her name? T.S. Madison and stuff so she been wanting to stop with Messy Mondays for a while now. 8 months ago, y'all. 8 months ago. 8 months ago. And I found this post on Reddit. On Reddit. Cause Reddit be having tea too, y'all. If y'all didn't know, y'all want to get some good tea, you can go to Reddit and go to Lipstick Alley. Lipstick Alley has a lot going on over there too. And Lipstick Alley breaks a lot of stories that get swept under the rug because a lot of people don't go to Lipstick Alley anymore. Right? And then people in the comments were saying, I think one or more of the men contacted him after her last two lives. It was just the women upset as they have been before. He wouldn't care, right? And then people said, more like bravo, 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 said, stop your crap. It's causing problems. And since Heavenly can't take accountability for anything she says or does, she's making it Damon's fault that she has to stop. So 8 months ago, she was already saying she is not trying to do Messy Mondays anymore. But all of a sudden, y'all, all of a sudden, it's the crazy Love and Marriage Huntsville fans. All of a sudden, it's crazy Love and Marriage Huntsville fan. 8 months ago, she was only doing Married to Medicine reviews. And people were telling on her to the point where she claims her man was telling her to get off of YouTube. So now all of a sudden, it's the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans. These people lie so much, they can't even keep up with their lies. It's funny that this receipt is actually out there and there are people who are going to believe Heavenly that, and this is why I say it's a plot. It's a plot to get Melody off of her show, because ain't no way 8 months ago you're saying you're not going to be doing Messy Mondays anymore, but now all of a sudden you're not doing it because of Melody's the Melometers or Crazy Love and Marriage Huntsville fans. I'm going to repost this receipt. 8 months ago. Um, something is cooking. I can see male haters pretending to be a millimeter. We're gonna talk about that, Sherry King. 1 second. I'm gonna come right back to that. Something is cooking for sure. Yesterday morning, a guy that's highly critical of Mel was in a chat and said he'd be in Huntsville very soon. Well, what is he about to do in Huntsville? I was in Huntsville. And listen, there is not a lot to do in Huntsville, Charles. Let's be honest. I'm glad that I stayed like right in the city center where I stepped out of the hotel and I was walking in the mall basically. The movie theater was right there. That area was nice, but I was looking for Jamaican restaurants cuz guys, I'm a picky eater, and I was looking for Jamaican food in Huntsville and I couldn't find that one good restaurant. Let me see, because if I ever go back to Huntsville, I need to know where to go. Jamaican food in Huntsville. This is so off topic. But I was looking, child. I couldn't find anywhere. You got M&K Jamaican restaurant. That was too far, I think. I think the issue was a lot of the places were too far from where I was staying. But I'm like, dang, I'm in the city center. Y'all should actually have y'all should actually have um oh yeah, I saw this one, Jerk King, but it was too far. All these places were too far. How y'all have me on the mall, literally, and there's no Jamaican food? And I couldn't find any good Chinese restaurants. Like I love me like bourbon chicken and noodles and stuff like that. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find. Y'all saw what I ended up eating. Um, while I was there, couldn't find any good food that I like. Now they're known for saying things to just get a reaction, but who knows? Notice that Martell, Tasha K, Junkie Dineva, Carlos, Heavenly, and many others have been dismissed by Melody and now want to take her down. They don't like her but want her attention. Because honestly, Funky Dineva's issue with Melody is weird. Like the way he came out that those few seasons ago, with his chest calling her all kind of bees and whatever, that gave I wanted an interview and I didn't get it, so now I'm gonna hate on her. They know that Mel's supporters play a big role in her success, and that's why they're coming for the millimeters. They're watching Mel's pocket, and they need to watch their business. I actually like Heavenly when she was on YouTube by herself. I've never watched one episode of Married to Medicine, but it was her personality that I liked. I never understood how she was reviewing a show she doesn't watch. And she said it so many times that she don't really watch the show. She don't know what's going on. Good morning, Miss Linda. How are you? Maybe not. Maybe there are not a lot of Jamaicans. There's a couple restaurants that I saw. I think the issue was when I was in Huntsville was that they were a Uber drive away, and I didn't want to get in an Uber to go find Jamaican food. I was literally at the I think it was what? Is it a Marriott or the Westin? There's this hotel in Huntsville that is literally like right next door to the mall on Bridge Street. So when I was in my hotel room, I was looking at the infamous theater that Marcel used to work at. And when you come out of the hotel and you turn left, you're literally walking on the mall. So I didn't want to have to drive anywhere. I stayed at that hotel because that's the hotel the event was being held at. And I did that because when I went to Atlanta for Mimosas with Melody, I had to drive everywhere. I had to get an Uber to everything that I needed to do before the event. I had to Uber. I had to Uber to go get my makeup done, Uber to get food. Like, I wasn't trying to do that again. So you didn't know for Mimosas with Melody in Huntsville, you didn't know the venue until you purchased your ticket. So I purchased my ticket, and as soon as I saw where the event was being held at, that it was going to be held at a hotel, I said I need to get a room at that very hotel, so that all I have to do is get dressed and jump in the elevator and go downstairs. And that's exactly what I did. And y'all, I tried about 3 times to get the room. First, it was saying the rooms were sold out. I was like, hell no. These rooms are not sold out today. And I kept refreshing Priceline. I kept refreshing because I was bundling my hotel and my plane ticket. And I kept refreshing. And I did that for about an hour until a room was available. And as soon as it said the room was available, I said, purchase now. Because I wasn't trying to walk anywhere. I wasn't trying to Uber anywhere. So I think that the main issue that I had when I was in Huntsville was that if I wanted Jamaican food, I would have to get in an Uber to go to the restaurant. And I did not feel like doing that. So in my mind, there was no good Jamaican food in Huntsville, because why don't y'all have at least one? That's Bridge Street. It's like a historical area. How do y'all not have one Jamaican restaurant on Bridge Street? That was crazy to me. Anyways, I digress. thank you, thank you, Miss Linda. 74 likes and 39 in the chat. Come on, y'all. Thank y'all. Good. Just jumping in and out of these YouTube streets, getting tea. Listen. All right, there's something else I wanted to say, and then I'm gonna hop off. I need to find my notes because sometimes I gotta have notes, y'all, because I'll be going off. What time then? Okay. The cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville need to understand that people who are content creators and who are fans of Melody, they are operating in two different roles. Let me say that again. If you are a YouTuber or a blogger and you are a fan of Melody, you are operated in two different roles. Okay? Yes, it might seem like the content is always pro male and it's pro nobody else, but you cannot force anybody on YouTube to be a fan of yours. And also, for the most part, the content creators that I follow, when they are talking about the cast and they're criticizing the cast, they're giving commentary on the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, it is usually based on things that these cast members are doing on social media. You can't say people are pulling people's court records. People pulled Portia's court records. People pulled R. Kelly's court records. People pulled P. Diddy's court records. So who are y'all on this Love and Marriage Huntsville cast to feel like you guys are above 1010, y'all, angel number. We randomly caught that and we gotta pause and do some manifesting. Let me find something. 1010 manifestations. Hmm. And y'all know I always tell you when I randomly catch a angel number, especially if I'm on live, I go to Google, I type in the angel number, I go to images, I close my eyes and I scroll, and wherever my finger stops, that is my message for the day. So scrolling, Okay, and my finger stopped here. Everything is working out for your highest good. Your angels are saying this new chapter brings many blessings. If you are seeing this, it means you are about to be blessed with a second chance at life, a second chance to live a life of your dreams. Don't miss out on the opportunity. Um, The angel number 1010, it symbolizes personal development, spiritual awakening or enlightenment, receiving unconditional love from the universe, and creating your own reality with positive thinking. So I don't know who needed to hear that. Your angels are telling you to embrace the unknown. Your best days are coming. Real love, money, success, happiness, and more. So I don't know who in the chat needed to hear this. Everything is working out for your highest good. Your angels are saying this new chapter brings many blessings. We caught we caught an angel number, y'all, and randomly too. So if you needed to hear that message today, I don't know what's going on in anybody's personal lives. But if you needed that word today, you're in the right place at the right time. So I hope you receive it. I hope you receive it. Okay, so let's get back to what I was saying. Um okay, the difference between um a fan and a content creator. And people might say, well, you can't separate, you can't separate a content creator from their position as a fan of somebody. But I feel like you can. I absolutely feel like you can. I give a disclaimer every time. I am a Melody fan, but however, I can be objective if it's necessary. And a lot of the times, the truth is, there's no need to be objective because it's literally black or white. The people are doing something and we're talking about it. It has nothing to do with Melody. Literally. So you have different levels of a fan base, right? So you have an active advocate fan, right? Who will utilize their platform like YouTube to express opinions, analyze, and defend their favorite celebrity. Nothing's wrong with that, right? This person will create content such as videos, podcasts, or blogs to share their passion and their expertise. At times, like I do accurate context, and that's me just sharing information. Um, this type of fan often engages in discussions, debates, and critiques related to the celebrity or their work. They may have a vested interest in promoting their content and building an audience. So there is a difference. Then you have a passive or enthusiast fan, and this person simply enjoys the celebrity's work, music, movies, or other creative outputs. They may follow the celebrity's updates, attend concerts or events, buy merchandise or products, or just share their love for the celebrity on social media. They don't necessarily create content or engage in public discussions. They focus on their personal enjoyment and appreciation of that celebrity, which means that there are millimeters who are not on social media saying anything. A few content creators doing content does not make up the bulk of the Melometers. Melody has almost, what, 700,000 followers on Instagram alone, 100 and something thousand followers over there on 7th Avenue's TikTok, and then another almost 70K followers on Melody Cherie's on the Melody Cherie 11 TikTok. We saw 1 million views on her music videos. I've never seen 1 million, 1 million people in any of Melody's chats. I've never seen 600,000 people in any of Melody's chats. Never seen 100,000 people at one time in any of Melody's chats. So that just goes to show you there are people who are fans of Melody who are not on social media talking about anybody. So many people listen to content creators and they listen in the bushes, which means they want the updates, but they don't want to engage in everything else. So again, 20 content creators who are on YouTube sharing their opinions does not make up the bulk of the mellometers. One person feeling on who loves Melody and is probably unhinged enough calling somebody's office does not make up the bulk of the mellometers. Stop generalizing. It's given we have an agenda when y'all do that. One person might have called and now y'all are saying the mellometers are calling. One content creator may say something that's not nice about somebody on the cast, and then all of a sudden it becomes the mellometers. Stop doing that. So the difference when it comes to a fan base, it all boils down to the level of engagement. Active fans might create content while passive fans consume and enjoy. That's it. And then you have die-hard super fans. I don't feel like Melody has like, I don't know. I don't feel like she has like Barb level fans. Because what people are calling unhinged to me doesn't seem like they're even using the word in the accurate context. Correcting misinformation is not unhinged behavior. Being in somebody's chat while they're lying and saying, well, you're lying because this is actually what happened, that's not unhinged behavior. Listening to somebody disrespect Melody and then me jumping on my live and saying Heavenly is so disrespectful or Carlos is so disrespectful or Betty or Wanda is disrespectful, that's not unhinged behavior. And those are the things that they're calling unhinged. Um, then you have a casual fan. This person is interested but not deeply invested. Okay? So I need people to get better at throwing accusations out there. I need people to get better at understanding that content creators are going to do content. I am a fan of Melody Cherie. Let me say it. I am a fan of Melody Cherie, which means for the most part, when I do content, it is going to be in Melody's favor. I do not have to do content in support of anybody else on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if the people who don't like Melody come to my channel and only happen to listen to a video where I am critiquing their fave, that's a them problem. Because I have done content where I've said, congratulations to Stormy. I've done content where I've said, I don't see it for Destiny, but I would never say that she's lying about the things that she said about LeBeric and his behavior towards her. I've said several times, I might not see it for most of the women on that cast, but I want to see all of them win. I've done content where I've give Destiny, I told you needed to change Big D energy, girl. I said it in one of my videos. I'm sure a lot of people have said it too because people have been clowning, that Big D energy name. And here you go, changing the name. Changing the name from Big D Energy to Rich Girl. Now, I don't know if I actually like that. It kind of sounds very immature, honestly. Rich girl. Like, it doesn't give opulence, it doesn't give luxury. And you said Stormy is mentoring you. Girl, Stormy got a whole perfume called Signature. Now, we can say whatever we want about Stormy, but in terms of the name of the perfume, it's not an immature name. You know what I mean? Richer girl, I don't know. It just sounds so basic. It doesn't give luxury. And I also told you, Destiny, you need to change the color of the bottles. So I'm hopeful if Stormy is mentoring you, she's telling you these. I hope she's telling you these things. Like, you might need to change the color of the bottle so people can actually see the color of the body mist. I don't think I've ever bought a body mist where I don't push up my door, baby, please. Thank you. I don't think I've ever bought like a body mist from Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works, and I've never been able to see the color of the liquid inside of the bottle. I don't think so. Unless it's like an aerosol spray or something, and I don't buy those, but I've never not been able to see the color of the liquid. So I feel like she needs to change the bottle too. I've told Destiny, I said, your marketing is not very good. Because if I were you and I wanted to prove that my body sprays, and I wanted to prove that my body sprays actually smells good, every time I go to a new city where people don't know me, I would take two of my signature scents. I would go stand at the front of a mall, and as people are going inside of the mall, I would have my camera person video me spraying my body mist on somebody's wrist and asking them to give me their honest opinion. Like, you can't beat somebody who doesn't know you giving you a compliment, telling you that your stuff smell good. When we saw when Melody did her TikTok live, the people, what's his name? Miguel and Kim Whitley Kim Whitley, they gave raving reviews. They don't know Melody from a kind of paint in Lowe's, but they were able to say, "Oh my God, this actually smells amazing." A real, honest, real time review. Destiny keeps coming on her TikTok saying, "Oh, I went out and I was wearing Big D Energy, and every time I wear it, people say, 'Oh my God, you smell so nice.'" Like, girl, how are we supposed to believe that? You've you've never been on like a live randomly walking through the street and somebody just said, "Oh my God, you smell nice. What are you wearing?" And how do we know that you don't, you know, what do they call that? Like, mix your fragrances. What do they have a specific name for that? Layer. How do we know that you don't layer your fragrances? Like, you might be wearing something expensive and then you spray on Big D Energy, and then people are smelling a mixture of that and they're saying, "Okay, you smell nice." Or maybe you wear some of Stormy's body glaze, and then you layer it with your perfume, and then somebody's saying you smell nice, but really it's because there's a mixture of scents. Like, how do we know this? So the best way to market a fragrance is to go out there in the public, in locations where you are not known. Pick the wildest of a location where the majority of the people there probably have never heard about a Love and Marriage Huntsville. stand in the food court or something and say to somebody, hey, my name is Destiny, I'm the owner of Madani Beauty, we have fragrances, and I would love for you to try two of our signature body mist and tell us what you think, and do you mind if we record your reaction? And tell them it's okay if they don't like it, because at the end of the day you don't have to use the footage. At the end of the day you don't have to use the footage. So if you spray it onto someone and they're like, yeah, I don't like it, it's not really, my cup of tea, then you can delete that. And if you spray it on somebody and they're like, oh my god, this actually smells good, and they compare it to one of the expensive brands or something, then you use that. And that's part of your marketing. You can use that for months and months and months to market your product. Like when you sit on TikTok, stop being so dry. That can't be your personality if you're trying to promote your brand. But I digress. What do you need? Mm-hmm. All right, let me read y'all's comments and then I'm up off. Lipstick Alley don't play at all. They don't. They got tea over there on Heavenly, but I try not to repeat what they say over there on Lipstick Alley because you can't verify a lot of the things. There are, well, not Heavenly. They have tea on Damon over there. If y'all want to go read it, y'all can. But they do have tea on Damon over there on Lipstick Alley. Okay. There are other shows that have bigger audiences that I watch where the CCs pull more court documents than Love and Marriage Huntsville. This one show is a Caucasian show. The difference is Love and Marriage Huntsville is nastier to CCs. I agree because even basketball wise, I watch Simone Redwine's channel now. I know that, a lot of people don't see it for her because she kind of came from Melody. Well, not kind of. She came from Melody when Melody got. Please read a book first.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, no, that's not what you're doing. I opened the iPad and yes, you left it on a book, but don't say that's what you're doing. Okay, because I literally just no. Turn it off. So, and where is the Babysitters Club book that I bought for you?
I had it on the kitchen shelf, but then when I was going to find it, I didn't. It was missing.
Okay, well, we gotta look for that book. I paid $25 at your book fair for two
Maybe
books.
Shanna was maybe when Dad brings Shanna over, she.
So we're gonna look for it because you need to find it because I need you to read it. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I watch Simone Redwine's channel because her content is pretty good, and she doesn't really dabble in Love and Marriage Huntsville at all. So a nice break from Love and Marriage Huntsville content. But she has been pulling Jennifer Williams's fiance's court documents for a while now. And Jennifer and Kristen are so pissed at her for it. She was even at the his court case. So I'm like, they're like, oh, only Love and Marriage Huntsville content creators do certain things. Well, Simone Redwine is over there going to the courthouse, sitting in the courtroom, taking notes, and coming back to her channel talking about stuff. And Jennifer Williams is on Basketball Wives. So what are we talking about when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville? They like to pretend like the the things that are happening to them only happens in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. And we all know that is a lie. I watched Tisa Tells. Tisa Tells is gonna pull a court document. She's one of the first content creators that was reading Portia and Simon's court documents. The the Kardashians versus Black China. Tisa Tells was all over that. So it's not just in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. It's not our fault that they don't watch other content creators. Um, it was so ridiculous to market a perfume named Big D Energy to women instead of something like Aura, or why not just name the perfume Madonna? Ooh, that's a great name, Madonna's Love, or even Destiny. Girl, she could have named Big D Energy Destiny. Is there a perfume named Destiny? Let me see. Let me see. Is there a perfume? Well, not even perfume. A body mist. A body mist. Um, called Destiny. Y'all, guess what? Okay, well there is, but that's the name of the company. It's not the name of the body mist. There's another company called Destiny Islands Hero Body Mist, True Destiny, um, Destiny's Calling. So yeah, there's not really I'm not seeing any. I'm on Google. There's a perfume. There's a perfume for $72 that's called Destiny, but no body mist. There's another perfume called Destiny. So which means that nobody owns the name. Nobody owns the name. So it means that she could easily have put it on her body mist. She literally, instead of Big D Energy, just named the body mist Destiny. But I like Madonna's Love. Madonna's Love is actually a cute name. Or just Madonna. Like a one name perfume, a one name body mist, actually good marketing. But Madonna's Love is a cute name. Madonna's Heart, that's a cute name. Those are actually two cute names. And then, or even her candles. She could name her candles. One could be Madonna's Destiny, another one could be Madonna's Love, and then another one Madonna's Heart. Like, Destiny, who's your team, girl? Like, you need to hire me and Miami Gardens now. Madonna, listen, Miami Gardens, she probably needs to hire us right now. We could probably mentor her better than Stormy, because somebody should have been told her a long time ago. Somebody close to her should have been told her that Big D Energy as a body mist room spray for women, the name is not it. Is not it. She needs help with marketing. Plus, when she comes on, she needs to stop laying in her bed talking lazily about her product. She needs to watch how Melon Stormy market their energy. She needs energy. And I don't think, even if Stormy is mentoring her, if it doesn't come naturally for Destiny to be like a very energetic, bubbly personality, then she's not. Because I'm not an energetic, bubbly personality. I am not. I am very dry as well. Okay? But I know that if I'm going to be in front of people marketing, marketing a product, if I'm going to be on TikTok or Instagram marketing a product, especially something that I need people to be super excited about and interested in, then I'm going to have to perk up. I'm going to have to be like, on 2 cups of coffee or something. Cause I can't just sit on my on my TikTok and say, guys, this is my product and you should buy it, and it smells like oranges, and like you can't just sit and say that. You got to be excited about your product so that the people are excited about your products. Just saying, yeah, I've worn it several times and every time I go out somebody says that I smell good. Like that's not marketing. Sit up. Be excited about your stuff. Act like you know about your product. Y'all, let me tell you about Madani's Passion. It has the scent is infused with oranges and this and that. And the reason why I chose these notes for the fragrance is because oranges, it's supposed to like give you a burst of energy, and like that's how she should be talking about her products. Miami Gardens, she needs us on her team, child. Oh my god. But I like those names. Madani's Destiny. If your people are over here listening, Destiny's people, if y'all are over here in the bushes listening because you wanted us to be saying stuff, you are hoping that we're gonna be on here hating on y'all's faves. We're not. We're giving constructive criticism. So go back and slide into Destiny's DM and says, "Hey, Fave, I just wanted to let you know that we have some ideas for your product line. You should do a product called Madani's Destiny, Madani's Love, or Madani's Heart, and Madani's Passion, and Madani's Beach." And make sure that you're labeling and packaging, if you choose to use these names, reflect the names of each things. And honestly, I feel too, Miami Gardens, that these names that you're given would work perfectly for her candles. For her candle line, Madani's Destiny, that sounds like a great name for a candle. Madani's Love, like drop Madani's Love for Valentine's Destiny. Come on, you said Stormy is mentoring you. Drop Madani's Heart for Valentine's. Madani's Passion too, child. You don't have to be a peppy person, as it depends on your products. You have to use a slow, low voice with sensual music in the background. She can sell it. I don't want to see her in bed with her head wrap. Yeah, she got to do better. I always say her and Tisha need to market their products more. They need to market their products more. They have to get online and talk to people. And it doesn't have to be come online to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like that can be the draw. You can draw people in by saying two things about Love and Marriage Huntsville, or you draw them in and say, guys, I have something to say. You know, I have some tea to spill, and for like 45 minutes, you talk about your products, and then that well, who knows, that last 50 minutes you use that to talk about the show. But at least you spend 45 minutes pushing your products. Saying, y'all, I need to see y'all in the Shopify store. I need the analytics to show me that y'all are looking at products. I need the analytics to show me that y'all are shopping. Like, if y'all want to hear this tea that I got, y'all got to shop. I got new candles. I got new body sprays. For Tisha, I got, new hair, I got deals on my hair care line for my daughters. But they don't want to come on social media to talk to people. And then they get mad because Melody does it. My regarding says we need to get PR packages from her if she uses these names and ideas. And you know what? I'm glad that I said the names out loud. So if we ever see Destiny come out with any product called Madani's Love, Madani's Destiny, Madani's Heart, Madani's Passion, Madani's Beach, or a product or a spray just called Destiny, y'all, She owes Miami Gardens, and she's gonna owe me for the name Destiny. Well, it's her name, but she didn't think to put it on her product. See, there's difference there. He said, I don't like Destiny on the show, but from a business perspective, I see the potential she has to sell her product. Yeah, I always say I don't care about the men on that show. I don't. I want to see all the women on that show win. Because at the end of the day, I'm a support. I might not buy your product, but I'm still going to be like, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I want to see her win. But you gotta do the work, Destiny. I want to see Tisha win, but you gotta do the work. Stormy's winning in her own lane, and Melody is definitely winning in her own lane. And there is a big enough pie out here for every one of them to get a piece of it. All right, y'all. So that's my chat. That's my TED talk. Thank y'all for, tuning in. The conclusion, how I see it, with everything that's being put out there and all the attacks that's coming towards the Millimeters Melody's fan base, I think it's an orchestrated attack to force Melody to speak out against her fan base. And perhaps if she continues to refuse to speak out against her fan base or some of the people in her fan base, they can potentially use that to push her off the show. I don't know how it could work that way, but I don't know. That's what it's starting to feel like because everybody is coming out with the same talking point. So it's given a plot. Replay gang, drop in the comment section below and let me know how you see things too. Remember to like this video, share the link to the channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Until next time, I will see y'all somewhere in these YouTube streets. So walk good. Thank y'all for listening. Bye.